They released this for some reason late last night, and I don't get why, but whatever, fine, if you say so. It's like I opened it in passing, I haven't touched it.
How does it feel to be one
It's
step
nice to
behind
see her
your
again,
own
though.
life?
And it's going to be interesting to see her
Venturia
again in the
robbed her of a
future.
precious part of her life
Oh,
in a sudden and
jeez.
overwhelming instance. Robbed her of her name, identity, and even memories. She became an outsider to this world and her own life.
Ooh, the funeral scene.
In the long days away from our sight, she agonized, struggled, wandered, dithered, wearied, dreamed, and despaired. But in those days,
Rough.
she also fought, charged, and made her choice. At the end,
This song
she
seems...
resurrected.
It's like, I get it's kind of fitting, but it's also weird to hear for her.
It's a pleasure to meet you for the first time, Fugue.
Hey,
you
Yukong.
is also relieved and delighted to see Tingyun again. For today, we have invited someone who is very close to Tingyun, Madame Yukong, to
Look
walk
at the
us through
poof
how
chibi
Tingyun has
tail.
changed after her resurrection. As Tingyun's old boss and her dear friend, how do you feel about her return from the other side?
I am delighted to know that Tingyun is alive, but thinking of her suffering and her determination to be involved in this situation fills me with pain and sadness.
I heard that her body had to be reconstructed, and her conscience almost disappeared many times. Must have been tough to get her where she is now.
The Alliance's mission is important, of course, but I do wish my loved ones could live out their lives in peace and not have to take some great and
She's like a
tragic
cute
vows.
aunt, I like it.
So, after being tricked and brushing against death, has anything changed about Tingyun's personality?
Well, it's not too late to see for yourself if you happen to meet her later.
Ah! Huh.
It's like I'm overthinking
What the hell? Aww. Fair.
things. Then let's take a look at the resurrected Fugue. Fugue is a fire character following the path of Nihilin. Seeing her again after such a long separation, she feels both alien and familiar. When she uses her basic attack, Fugue deals fire damage to one designated
Floofy tail.
Fugue grants
Floofy
Foxy
tails.
to one designated ally and enters the torrid
Why is
sword
she
state.
with Sushang? What?
For a number of turns, decreasing by one whenever Fugue's turns start. The teammate with Foxy and Prayer has their break effect increased and can ignore enemy weakness type to reduce toughness by a certain percentage. While in the torrid scorch state, Fugue's basic attack is enhanced. After the Foxy and Prayer teammate attacks, Fugue has a chance to decrease the attack enemy's
It's fun to
defense
see
by a
that on the
certain
model
percentage
she starts
for
off
some
with one
turn.
tail and it
Using
increases.
her enhanced basic attack, Fugue deals fire damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. Tingyun's tail sure looks powerful! If she grew 100 of them, could she bring home victory every time?
You grow one every 100 years,
Trouble with just one
with a
tail.
max of 9 usually. Ha!
Fugue is on the field.
You
Enemy
can't.
targets are afflicted by the Cloud Flame Luster state, equal to a certain percentage of the enemy's max toughness. When the enemy's
Yeah,
max toughness
she's
is reduced
basically a
to zero,
replacement for
Cloud
Harmony
Flame Luster
Trailblazer,
can continue
fair
to be
enough.
reduced. When it is
Which is
reduced to
kind of
zero,
rough
Fugue's
considering
break
they're
damage is
releasing
triggered
Remembrance
again.
Trailblazer in
When allies attack
3.0,
these
so
broken enemy targets,
we'll be
the toughness
swapping their
reduction
path,
from the
meaning
attack
we'll
will
lose
be converted to one
access
instance
to
of
Harmony
super break
Trailblazer in
damage.
certain environments.
After Fugue
There's
unlocks
the
certain
singular
traits,
tail back as well.
Allies will additionally delay enemy action when they break enemy weaknesses. After unlocking another trait,
Ooh, let's
Fugue will
go.
increase all allies' break effect whenever enemy weaknesses are broken, lasting a certain number of turns. This effect is stackable.
Firefly
to a
is
certain
eating well, so is
The
Rapper
children of the
and...
Rainbow Arbiter don't stop to rest. They draw their bows for the peaceful rest of others.
When using her ultimate, Fugue sends enemies into a fantasia of nine-tailed flames, which pour forth to deal fire damage to all
Cool
enemies.
looking all.
Reduce all enemies' toughness regardless of weakness type. Greetings, hostiles.
Look at that
In today's
image.
survival guide, we bring you the hottest, most important survival tip right now. Don't provoke the tail.
And don't annoy Tingyun.
When Fugue uses her technique during exploration, she will inflict daze on enemies in a set area for a period of time.
Nice.
Dazed enemies will not actively attack. After entering battle via attacking dazed enemies, Fugue's action advances with a chance to inflict the same defense reduction state as that of her skill on all enemies, lasting for a number of turns.
Next time she embarks on a long journey, I hope to have the chance to protect her.
So,
Aw,
Fugue's core mechanic is
Yukong.
increasing allies' break effect using her skill and allows teammates to reduce weakness regardless of types. Then, Use Cloud Flame
I like
Luster to
Tingyun,
increase
I'm
the
looking
number of
forward to
times
seeing her in the
allies can
future,
break
but
enemy
goddamn,
toughness, thus
I am
triggering
sad that I
more
can't pull her,
great
but
damage.
she's the best skip I've got. Sunday
Seems
was
like
my
some of our
best
monster
option,
friends
and
haven't
now
gotten
I'm
around
near
to
a
watching this
guarantee for
episode
a
of Survival
singular
Guide
character.
yet. Tingyun uses her skill to grant Foxy Emperor to Sushang, then uses her ultimate to easily dispose of the two monsters. Sushang then uses her skill to gravely wound the Hound. Thanks to the buff from Tingyun's skill, Sushang's skill easily breaks the Hound's toughness. Since enemies in the Cloud Flame Luster state can be broken again and has super break damage triggered, Sushang immediately uses her ultimate, breaking the Hound's Cloud Flame Luster and triggering
Just
both
bloody
break
break an
damage
enemy
and
twice,
super
'cause
break
rude.
damage. The Hound has no way to fight back under such repeated assaults. This battle is over. That is a wrap. Woo! This is truly the fastest combat showcase this show has ever seen. Now that she's back, Tingyun is truly terrifying.
Sometimes in the dead of night, I flip through old photos of her. Then I look at how she is now and feel both proud and worried.
You truly are a leader, Madam Yukong.
She's more like
You
a
provide
parent.
A lot of emotional value here. Now that she's about to embark on
That little
another
tail
journey,
wag.
do you have anything to say to her?
Move forward. Don't look back.
Do you mean that our choices are not worth us before unpredictable destiny? That how I want to live is decided by the me who is right here, right now, and not by any version of the me beforehand?
Mr. Albert, you sound like you have what it takes to be a leader as well.
I don't know about that. Anything. That's a lot of spit. Ooh.
Benefactor, let me
Oh.
lend you a hand.
Oh, they added a voice in. Fair. Well, this is the thing. A part of me kind of hopes that her choosing to be involved will end up long-term resulting in Fantilia basically getting dished out some amount of payback. Because I think that'd be a very good way to follow, like, finish up the character arc. She goes from being a victim to getting some amount of payback against that, you know, the one who wronged her. Beyond what Ruan Maid did for her, I don't think there's anything more that can actually be done to help her in her physical state. She just kind of is what she is now. So the least she can do is, she said she wanted to be an actual player in the game, then fine. Play against Fantilia and let's see if you can win. I don't think she'd be able to physically best her, but if she can put Fantilia in a position where someone else, like the Alliance, can deal with her, then she's won. And I think that's the best sort of outcome of her situation, long term. I don't think we'll see Fantilia dealt with for a very long time, because considering this is a live service game, and considering the destruction is the main opposing force of the game, and we know that obviously Fantilia is one of the Emanators, I don't think we'll be on Emanator killing status for a while. But we'll see, because we know that the Alliance actually did take out one of the Emanators before, so there's a chance it could happen again. Just I feel like in the case of the Xianzhou, they're going to be a continuous story, so will the IPC. Like, we've met some of the members of the Strategic Investment Department, but we haven't actually met other members of different departments of significance yet. And we haven't seen all the generals yet. So it's just like, long term, they're going to be gradually building up and up and up on this. I wonder if after Amphoreus we'll get something either in relation to the IPC or the Xianzhou again. Which one it'd be. Because technically we haven't visited an IPC world yet, really. We've visited... Eurelo 6 wasn't technically an IPC world at all. They tried to establish a connection with them, but that was when we first got direct interactions with the IPC. Her space station technically both isn't. It's hers, and she's technically not tied to the IPC as, like, one of their actual, like, someone in their pocket. She's a member of the Genius Society. Different faction, technically. Meanwhile, Penacony is their previous prison. It technically isn't just theirs, though. It's more so enrooted with the family. So we have yet to visit directly an IPC purely affiliated world, and I do think that eventually that would be a very good decision in establishing things about the IPC beyond just, books. Because the in-game books are really helpful in understanding how certain worlds work, knowing certain places and their functionality within this massive, collective. But it's, sure. The idea of show, don't tell. I like being told, but I also want to see it. Show and tell is probably best for a game like this. So, after we see Amphoreus and get the fun there, I do think it'd be in the game's best interest for setup for us. Because as much as we're meeting the members of the Strategic Investment Department, they are the only representation of the IPC. So, it would probably work best if they actually take us to an IPC world, then maybe back to the Xianzhou or somewhere else, then the Z. We'll see, though. Amphoreus is going to be fun. It's Fugue / Tingyun's involvement is probably not going to be significant for a while, but it's still nice we get a finally, playable technically as herself, considering the Tingyun we initially got as playable wasn't her. Rude. We're going to probably see Break fall off to a wayside, because, Remembrance is going to probably be the focus of Amphoreus' content and, the weekly content for a while. Or they could be super mean and make it so, when it comes to the two different path variants in the weekly game modes, they make one of them break along with Remembrance to force people to pull on Tingyun. I think that could be a very real thing that happens, that they punish you for not getting them. Technically those who don't get Sunday are kind of getting punished as well if they're going for Remembrance, because he's, based on what we know about Remembrance as a path, and what we know Sunday's kid is based on using him and reading, because we don't have a Remembrance character to test him with yet, he is definitely their best direct support and the only support we know of that has actually been made for Remembrance. I imagine that Robin could be good with them as well. It depends on how her stuff interacts with the summons or whatever the hell they're called. We'll see. Either way, Break will probably fall on the back foot after this. Break teams will always probably be strong. It's just an archetype that they can use in, endgame content, and having a team of each of them is in everyone's best interest, really, or at least two different teams. So you can alternate those between the two different teams you need for the content. But I wish everyone luck on their Tingyun pulls. I won't be getting her. I know someone who will be, and worst case scenario, I'd use her on via, I'd use their Tingyun. I don't know how worthwhile it is to get her at this stage when next patch is Amphoreus, and Amphoreus is introducing a new path that will probably be the focus of content for an entire version. So yeah, take care, guys. I'm still a bit... I'll address it at the end of this. I'm still a bit iffy. Last week really put me on the back foot. I'm not feeling fantastic. I don't have a whole lot of motivation. So it's probably in my own best interest to just try and keep my spirit up. So if I seem a little off, or if my, uploads aren't routine, which they've not been yesterday, well, Monday I didn't upload and I didn't mention anything because I just thought it'd pass, but I still don't feel fantastic, so I just want to take it easy. Hopefully you guys understand. Sorry if that's disappointing. Take care, guys.